To take her paralyzed mother on a trip, the daughter lived frugally for 5 years, and finally bought a new car. But her aunt's family wanted to claim the car for their own vacation. The daughter refused to hand it over. Yet that night, the relatives secretly drove away in the car and spent the 300,000 yuan inside, meant for her mother's treatment. When she found the family, her aunt used her status as an elder to pressure. Her insisting borrowing the car was perfectly reasonable. She immediately called the police and reported the car stolen. Facing law enforcement, the arrogant relatives panicked, knelt before her, and begged for mercy. But she refused to forgive them. 3 days earlier, she carefully packed for a long holiday, hoping fresh air would help her sick mother recover. Just then, her aunt's family showed up uninvited. The moment they entered, the aunt demanded to know why she had hidden the luxury car downstairs. Without asking her opinion, the aunt assumed the car was for their road trip and announced they would drive it away. She explained that the trip had already been arranged specifically for her sick mother alone. But the newlywed cousin and his wife demanded she cancel it so they could drive away for their honeymoon. Her mother patiently explained that the daughter had saved for years to buy the car, asking them to wait until they returned from the trip. But they immediately mocked her mother for being old and disabled, saying she should stay home since she could not even stand. Then they claimed everyone could travel together, but told her mother to endure the trunk and ordered her to cover lodging, fuel, and tolls. Seeing their entitlement, the woman stopped pretending to be polite and firmly repeated that the car would never be lent out. The newlywed cousin claimed the luxury car should be his wedding gift, ignoring the tens of thousands her mother had given as a wedding gift. The aunt then pretended to be their savior, claiming the mother and daughter had survived only because she supported them after her father died. Hearing this, the woman revealed the buried truth. Her father had been working inside her aunt's unsafe workshop when a fire erupted. Her father suffered severe burns while rescuing her aunt's family. Desperate to afford surgery, her mother begged them to pay his overdue wages. But the aunt refused responsibility, claiming nobody had asked her father to save them, and finally tossed down only a few coins for his surgery. Because the operation was delayed, the father never survived. The woman watched her mother collapse beside him, carrying that grief for years. Even after the truth was exposed, the aunt's family denied any responsibility, dismissed her father's death, and again demanded the car. Unable to bear the argument any longer, her mother reluctantly offered to cancel her own trip. But the daughter stepped in front of her mother and declared that years of bullying had to end there. The aunt declared that refusing was not an option. Since the daughter would not give her the keys, she began searching for them herself. Facing her aunt's family's bullying, she directly warned them that she would immediately call the community security guards. As they were leaving, her cousin spotted the spare car key. Seeing his mother still arguing, he quietly took it while everyone was distracted. As they left, the family threatened the mother and daughter, warning that the matter was far from over. The woman promised nobody would bully her mother again, explaining the car was bought for her alone, and nobody else deserved it. Reassured by her daughter, the mother finally agreed to go. They finished packing and prepared to begin the long-awaited trip. Before leaving, she confirmed the doctor was available after the holiday and revealed the full surgery payment was already waiting inside the car. But when she pressed the key to unlock the car, she realized the vehicle had completely disappeared. She reached her usual parking space and found the car missing. With her car key still in hand, she immediately knew something was wrong. She immediately went to the property office and requested the footage. It showed her aunt's family hurriedly driving the luxury car away while nobody noticed. Watching the footage, the woman finally understood that her relatives had secretly taken the spare key before leaving her home. Meanwhile, the family enjoyed the new car and casually announced that it would belong to them from then on. Only the newlywed wife feared trouble, but the aunt insisted using her niece's car was reasonable because she was an elder who had helped them. Just then, she called and ordered them to bring the car back immediately, but they announced they were already on vacation and would not return. She threatened to call law enforcement, but the aunt casually described the stolen car as nothing more than a vehicle borrowed between relatives. She warned them this was theft, not borrowing, but her aunt laughed, claimed police could not interfere between relatives, demanded the luxury car as a gift, and hung up. The cousin's newlywed wife feared trouble, but the aunt reassured her, claiming her older sister had always been weak and could never resist them. Then the cousin proudly admitted that he had bullied her since childhood, believing her design career made her nothing worth fearing. They rummaged through the car, then casually threw away the medicine the woman had bought for her sick mother to use. Then they found a large bundle of cash and happily claimed it as theirs, unaware it was the surgery fund she had saved for her mother. Meanwhile, her mother stopped her from reporting them, insisting relatives should never turn family disputes into public conflicts. But she explained that if they took the treatment money from the car, the situation would become far more serious. The relatives counted exactly 300,000 yuan, but her cousin realized it matched the amount needed for her mother's follow-up heart treatment. Even after learning its purpose, the aunt claimed the money belonged to them, insisting anyone who could afford a luxury car did not need it. They decided to spend all 300,000 yuan during the trip, believing a few angry words from her mother afterward would cost them nothing. She understood her mother hated confrontation, but explained that the aunt's family had finally crossed every boundary. Hearing this, her mother stopped objecting. Her mother admitted she had always favored the aunt, because her dying parents had asked her to protect her younger sister and give her everything. However, she finally saw the relatives clearly, and decided their relationship was no longer worth protecting. She urged her daughter to report them immediately. She immediately called the police and reported that her car worth 1.2 million yuan had been stolen, and was currently traveling on the highway. At a service area, the relatives discovered the car had been badly scratched. They blamed the cousin for driving recklessly while fleeing during the night. Although repairs would be expensive, they planned to use the treatment money or simply return the damaged car and make the woman pay. They treated the treatment fund as fuel and toll money, then planned to book a hotel costing thousands each night and enjoy themselves. Just then, the woman arrived at the service area. The relatives were briefly surprised, but quickly decided they still would not return the car. Seeing her new car covered in scratches, the woman immediately demanded an explanation from the relatives, but the relatives dismissed the damage as normal, then turned around and accused her of making a fuss over nothing. When they tried to leave, the woman blocked them, warning that stealing her car and taking the money was enough to send them to jail. Then she revealed she had called the police. Her aunt slapped her, insisting elders could use younger relatives' cars and police would do nothing. The family tried to leave, but she blocked their way. A struggle broke out beside the car, and they forcefully shoved her to the ground. Just as they tried to leave, 2 police cars blocked their way and ordered everyone out, instantly stopping the family from escaping any farther. After stealing a relative's car, the family tried to escape, but 2 police cars blocked their path and officers ordered everyone out at once. The officers said they were suspected of stealing the car, but the family insisted they had borrowed it from a relative, not stolen it. Just then, the woman stepped forward and revealed she had called the police, adding that she could prove they had stolen the car. When they claimed it was borrowed, she replied that driving it away without the owner's permission was already illegal. Then she revealed they had taken 300,000 from the car. Police warned that stealing the vehicle in cash could mean 10 years in prison. Hearing this, the aunt denied stealing the car and demanded she tell the officers it was a family matter, not something police should handle. The cousin stressed family ties and urged her to explain, but she asked why they forgot them while stealing her car and bullying her family. Then the officers said the facts were clear and ordered the family back for investigation. But the aunt refused to cooperate, sat on the ground, and cried that ordinary people were being bullied, quickly drawing a large crowd. Seeing the crowd, the family decided to confuse the situation, believing the woman had no evidence and public pressure might save them. The cousin told everyone he borrowed the car to take his mother traveling, claiming she agreed first, then changed her mind and escalated everything. Then the aunt claimed she had tirelessly helped the woman and her mother, yet they repaid her kindness by trying to send her entire family to prison. Misled by the performance, several bystanders criticized the woman for reporting her own elder and ignoring family loyalty. She asked whether they had considered family while stealing her car and taking her mother's treatment money. Officers warned them against obstructing law enforcement. Next, the aunt produced the stolen key, claiming it proved the woman had willingly lent her the car. Confused by the key, the bystanders began believing her story and assumed the woman had changed her mind after lending out the car. Encouraged by the crowd, the family pressured the woman to withdraw her report and challenged her to produce evidence immediately. Without hesitation, she played the surveillance footage, which clearly captured the entire family secretly stealing the car together. The bystanders instantly realized the family had deceived everyone with their carefully staged performance earlier. Faced with undeniable evidence, the police prepared to take them away. They immediately offered compensation, hoping to settle everything with money. Then they appealed to their family ties, asking to pay for the damage, and begging the woman to show them mercy. She photographed the damage and sent the photos to the dealership, but the aunt dismissed it as a few thousand yuan she could easily pay. Bystanders warned that repairing a luxury car like this could be extremely expensive, and could not be settled with just a few thousand yuan. Just then, the dealership called and revealed the repairs would cost 500,000 yuan, leaving the entire family completely stunned. She said the damage was 500,000 plus 300,000 in cash, totaling 800,000. But they accused her of extortion. But they insisted they could not possibly come up with 800,000 yuan. The officer offered them a choice between accepting civil compensation or immediately returning for investigation, forcing the family to reconsider. Privately, they decided to sign the mediation agreement first and delay compensation later, believing that was better than being taken away immediately. However, the officer warned that the agreement covered only civil compensation and their criminal responsibility would still depend on their behavior. Just then, worried her daughter could not handle it, the mother rushed over. They immediately accused her daughter of leaving their entire family. No way to survive. But the mother firmly declared that her daughter had done absolutely nothing wrong. She explained she had endured everything for years, because the woman was her sister, but would never again watch them bully her daughter. Enraged, the aunt cursed the sick mother, mocked her dead husband, and refused to pay anything. The cruel words made the mother collapse. She anxiously searched the car for her mother's medicine but found nothing. The relatives immediately realized the medicine they had thrown away was what kept her mother alive. When she demanded answers, they still claimed they knew absolutely nothing about the missing medicine. Her mother was so furious about the relatives stealing the car that her heart condition flared up. Fortunately, she had prepared spare medicine and quickly helped her take it. Once her mother stabilized, she immediately confronted her aunt about who threw the medicine from the car away. But her aunt's family denied discarding the life-saving medicine. Once her mother stabilized, she immediately confronted her aunt about who threw the medicine from the car away. But her aunt's family denied discarding the life-saving medicine. So she immediately abandoned mediation and asked the officers to formally open a case and pursue criminal charges against them. When police prepared to take them away, the terrified relatives offered compensation and urged her to send her mother to the hospital first. Knowing her mother's surgery came first, she accepted temporary mediation, demanding the stolen 300,000 yuan surgery fund immediately and 500,000 yuan for vehicle damage within 3 days. Afraid the police would take him away, her cousin transferred the 300,000 yuan in treatment money back on the spot. Next, both sides formally signed the mediation agreement. After both sides signed, officers offered to drive her mother to the hospital and told her that further trouble from her aunt's family would bring criminal charges. Before leaving, she warned that every yuan of the remaining 500,000 had to be paid within 3 days. Back home, the family panicked. The treatment money was returned, their mortgage was months overdue, and they could not afford the required 500,000 yuan compensation. Still unable to swallow her anger, the aunt suggested the entire family hide somewhere to avoid paying the compensation. But her cousin worried that if they were caught, the consequences would become even more serious. Just then, a television program about a family money dispute gave them a new idea. So they decided to use reporters to attack her first. They planned to turn her into an ungrateful niece, hoping public pressure would force her to abandon both the case and the compensation. The family even imagined using the scandal to take back the car, convinced dramatic accusations mattered more to reporters than the truth. They agreed to exaggerate every past favor and claim she had repaid their kindness by extorting 800,000 yuan, certain she could never defend herself before the cameras. The aunt ordered her son to contact reporters immediately. Meanwhile, the mother's surgery succeeded. But the woman told her she had already hired a lawyer, because the matter was far from over. She explained that the emergency had forced her to compromise, yet stealing the car, discarding medicine, and nearly killing her mother could not be forgotten. She was determined to make her aunt's entire family pay, and vowed to teach them a lesson they would never forget. Her mother supported the decision, only reminding her to remain careful when dealing with relatives capable of such shameless behavior. Before she could meet the lawyer, the aunt stormed into the hospital with reporters and accused her of extorting 800,000 yuan. To prevent them from disturbing her recovering mother, she ordered everyone to leave the room immediately. But her aunt deliberately twisted the woman's anger into proof that she was frightened and guilty. In front of the cameras, the aunt claimed she had tirelessly cared for the mother and daughter after the woman's father died. Then she lied that her niece had threatened to send her to prison and demanded 800,000 yuan, causing reporters and bystanders to condemn her. The biased reporter treated every accusation from her aunt as fact and demanded that she explain all of them. She admitted the woman was indeed her aunt, but calmly revealed that every word the woman had just said before the cameras was a lie. Then she exposed their plan to weaponize public opinion and dropped an even darker revelation. Her father's death was also connected to her aunt. The woman publicly revealed her aunt caused her father's death, but the aunt denied it, claiming she was talking nonsense and had nothing to do with it. Next, she directly presented video evidence from the old factory fire and revealed that her aunt had ignored the most basic safety procedures. Years earlier, her aunt pressured her father to work overtime in an illegally wired workshop while every machine was already running at maximum power. That night, the overloaded workshop suddenly caught fire, trapping her father inside as desperate cries for help instantly filled the entire building. After barely escaping, her aunt forced her father back into the burning workshop to retrieve valuable equipment drawings, leaving him severely burned. Hearing the truth, the crowd finally understood that the aunt had caused the disaster, though she continued insisting the fire was merely accidental. Next, the aunt claimed that she had helped their family after the accident, but the woman never forgot how her aunt had thrown only a few coins onto the ground for them to save her father. To raise her husband's surgery fees, her mother worked several jobs every day and accepted every exhausting, dirty task she could find. Even then, her earnings were nowhere near enough for the surgery, so her mother had no choice but to keep enduring. Another accident changed everything. A supermarket heart attack and falling shelf injured her mother's leg, ending her income while her school-aged daughter could not help. The revelation enraged the crowd, who realized the aunt's so-called help had destroyed the family and declared such relatives were worse than strangers. Facing the crowd's criticism, the aunt immediately pressured her sister to defend her. convinced years of weakness meant she would never openly resist. But the mother confirmed every word was true, declaring that her husband's death and her own disabled legs were undeniable evidence. The mother revealed that both her husband's death and the loss of her mobility could prove exactly what the aunt had done. Refusing to accept defeat, the aunt claimed they were inventing everything to prevent the news from airing and accused her sister of being brainwashed. She explained her mother had stayed silent on certain matters for years because of their blood ties, but her aunt's family exploited that tolerance to bully them. At that moment, the reporter questioned why they had never held her aunt accountable for what happened years earlier. The aunt seized the question, claiming the woman had secretly preserved old evidence for years and had prepared the entire accusation in advance. The crowd began doubting her again, and the reporter demanded to know why she had chosen this exact moment to reveal everything. She explained that her dying father had begged her to study hard, care for her mother, live well, and stop pursuing the past. All these years, she had remembered her father's final wish and tried to leave the past behind, believing he truly wanted her to live peacefully. After hearing this, the crowd turned completely against the aunt, condemning her for destroying the family, and then inviting reporters to attack them. But her aunt still accused her of extortion, claiming she only borrowed the car briefly, and that her wealthy niece should not care about repair costs. She explained that everything she earned paid for her mother's treatment, medicine, and surgeries, while she often supported her aunt's family, so the money was long gone. She added that years of non-stop design work had bought the car, only for them to steal it and wreck it. At this point, the reporter accused her aunt of fabricating fake news, but she threw another tantrum, claiming her niece bullied her and wanted her imprisoned. Reporters immediately filmed her humiliating outburst, but the aunt desperately tried to stop them, insisting she had called them and should be supported. But the reporter made it clear they would report everything truthfully and let viewers see what had really happened. Realizing the situation had completely reversed, the furious aunt threatened everyone before fleeing as reporters chased after her. Afterward, the mother admitted her daughter was right. Unless they pursued responsibility, the aunt's family would continue ruining their lives. The mother apologized for years of suffering, but her daughter said nothing mattered as long as her mother remained safe. Finally, the mother supported her decision to meet the lawyer and promised to cooperate with anything needed to hold the family accountable.